Well, hey, how's it doing there, sugar? Let me get my my suit on. Let's get this suit on. Take my glasses out. Don't need glasses when we're talking on the air. Don't need glasses when we're talking on the air. Let's see how this one goes. Is it all right here? 28 seconds, huh? Let's try it again. What's it looking at? Can I see myself here? Where is it? That ought to be me there. Hey, afternoon. Howdy doody. Actually, it's still morning time. Seems like I should twist it over here a little bit more, huh? Is that better? Can you see me? Hey! Good morning. And, I guess you all got your hot moaning beverage. Moaning beverage, yeah. Some of you got your morning cig. I can't stop smoking, Doc. I can't stop smoking. How about these women? They spill the hot coffee at McDonald's, right? They didn't spill it because it was hot. They spill it because they're tweakers. That's what caffeine does to people. My glasses look clean. Let's not pull a fetish. Okay, today we're going to talk about diabetes. You know what diabetes is? You don't know what it is. You've got it, though. The doctor doesn't know either. He doesn't know. I know. I'm a drug specialist. I'm not a doctor. I don't have a credential. But I understand drugs. You know how you learn the best about drugs? By trying them. By trying drugs. Then you understand. Okay? That's why I'm a drug specialist. I've definitely tried caffeine. Hey, you ever tried caffeine? No. Who hasn't? Who hasn't? No. Who isn't addicted to caffeine? Okay. I'm not. And we'll talk about booze later. Booze isn't addicting either. It's like formaldehyde, it's a poison. The reason people drink so much for two reasons. They're nervous as shit from the coffee they had that morning. And B, and two, booze is food, okay? Booze is like eating a sandwich made out of grain and sugars. Let's not get off on the sugar tangent. It's not addicting either. It's man's most marvelous food, okay? Honey would be perfect food. Okay, number one, caffeine is bad. Number one, caffeine. Number two, caffeine is bad. You might not think so, but we're going to work on you. I'm going to work on you for the rest of my life because the doctors are fucking you. The psychiatrists are. The doctors are fucking you, and guess what? The psychiatrists are fucking the doctors too. All right, let's get focused here. All right, what's diabetes all about? Okay, well, keep sending the donations. We've almost got it figured out. Please, we're on the edge of finding out why people have diabetes. Please keep donating. Please send your money. That's like Mr. Psychiatrist, right? The dude. And keeping you under his fucking thumb. The sooner the better. How about the kids on Ritalin, huh? You know what Ritalin is? All right, let's stay focused. How do you get diabetes? You know, the doctors don't know, so how could I know? How can I know if the doctors don't know how you get diabetes? Trial and error, brains, street thinking, observing. and the facts of the people that have diabetes are strung out on caffeine. Here's how you get diabetes, and it doesn't come out of nowhere. When you drink caffeine, oh, I just like the taste, I'm not addicted. Dumb shit. Everybody you know is addicted to caffeine because it's just in the same boat as the rest of them. Hey, guess what? My brother's strung out on histamines. Hey, what's the difference between histamines? Or what's the similarity between histamines, nicotines, caffeines, methadrines, benzodrine? Oh, they're all in the same boat. They're all absolutely addicting. Meth, the family drug. All right, here's how you get diabetes. When you do caffeine in any form, it's in chocolate or a very similar drug like caffeine. I think it's called bromelain. It's in chocolate. Addicting. Like Karen used to say, it's the next greatest thing to sex. A chocolate bar. It might be. But it's a big difference. Like, sex is not addicting and caffeine is addicting. We could talk about that too later. Here's how you get here's how you get here's how you get diabetes. Diabetes is caused by you ingesting a thing called caffeine, which is a diuretic. When you take a diuretic, let's say you drank 1 cup of coffee. When you do, well, a diuretic is when you drink 1 cup of coffee and 1 1/3 cup of liquid comes out the urinary tract. Okay? And guess what's coming out with that 1 1/3 cups? You only drank 1 cup and 1 1/3 cups come out. Gee, what's going on? It's robbing you. It's taking out, it's depleting you of all your electrolytes, all your electrolytes, magnesiums. How about the guy that's got fingernails that look like volcanic ash or volcanic rocks, porous? You ever seen people with their fingernails are like disintegrating? They're turning into like volcanic rock, pores. The toenails are yellow and almost gone, crusty, brittle. Gee, I wonder why. Could it be that the caffeine's a diuretic and it's pulling out all your calcium and all your life-giving sources that keep you alive and healthy with a perfect nervous system? So here's what happens. You do the caffeine, tea, poor Paul McCartney. He's going down the drain. He's got Alzheimer's. Gee, why did he get Alzheimer's? How come he's got dementia? Oh, you just don't take caffeine the whole life and think it's not going to rape out your perfectly made, born nervous system. Perfect nervous system you were born with. Okay, so here's what happens. Let me stretch it out a little longer. You do caffeine, and it tricks the pancreas into thinking that there's sugar coming down the pipe, right? The pancreas discharges enzymes, and what are they called? Enzymes. It discharges these fluids. What are they called? It discharges enzyme that's supposed to break down the sugar when you eat sugar. But when you take caffeine, it tricks the pancreas into thinking you've just taken in some sugar. So when you do eat some candy, when you do have some sugar in any form, the pancreas is, by this time, null and void. There's no enzymes to discharge, to break down the freaking sugars. And guess what? Your quack doctor, maybe he doesn't understand. He's addicted. Your doctor tells you that you have diabetes. How many people you know have diabetes? One of the biggest killers in the United States. Diabetes. You can't break down the man's most marvelous food, sugar. You can't break it down. Imagine you can't break it down into sugar in oranges. There's sugar anywhere because the pancreas is empty. Every time you do caffeine, it weakens and empties out the pancreas, okay? All right, for the next 5 people that tune in, I've got this brand new, I got on a little job yesterday. It wasn't a job, it was in a grocery store. It was in a restaurant. This is a Super K fortune cookie. And if the first person that calls in and thanks me for saving the rest of their freaking life, you're going to get one of these. And hopefully you'll see this video up on YouTube. But in the meantime, you want to go to YouTube, go to Addicted Man with Steve. Okay? You can also go to my website, AddictedMAN2. Okay? So, I hope we've got that sunk in. The way to prove my ideas, my beliefs. Another subject we'll get on to heavier another time is pot, weed. Most people just don't understand pot. They just don't understand it because it's been called reefer madness. Now, why does it get a term like reefer madness? Well, guess what? I've concluded that, like I said, we'll go into this later another time. I call it the I-do's. I-D-O-S. The I-do's. The I stands for marijuana is two things. Boing, boing, boing. Marijuana is two things. Marijuana, the D, marijuana defines two things. Okay, I-D-O. The O, marijuana offers two things. And marijuana, I-D-O-S, says two things. Two ears, two nostrils, two eyes. Okay, but I'll stick right now with what marijuana defines. And that makes it really easy if you want to figure out if I know what I'm talking about. Marijuana defines two things. One, two. Two ears, nostrils, and two eyes. 2 feet, eye, 2 hands. Marijuana defines two things. It defines tranquility. A lot of people smoke pot because it takes the edge off. The Indians used to use it for religious purposes, being in touch with the earth, you know, being tranquil, calm, possible wonderful hallucinations and things that you'd never thought about before. But that's one of the things it defines. But guess what else it defines with this little finger? Marijuana defines nervous agitation. Had a girlfriend, her sister. She said when she smoked pot, she had the biggest anxiety attack of her life. She had the biggest anxiety attack of her life because she smoked some pot. Well, wait a minute. Didn't you just finish off another tumbler of iced tea? Packing those medical, what do you call it, those medications that you've taken because you get your doctor pegged as you're a freak and you need this shit. Bottom line is, marijuana defines two things. It defines tranquility, which would be the absence of any kind of stimulants in your body, right? Because it's going to point out reefer madness. She didn't have fingernails either. I renamed her fingers Vienna sausages because she and cigarettes. She'd smoke cigarettes, tumblers of iced tea. Hey, the phone's ringing. We'll get you next time and check it out. It's ringing. Okay, we'll talk to you soon.